Let's talk cycling now, where the Velokhaya-Exinity Road Cycling Team, made up of 6 youngsters, will be heading to Belgium, where they will spend 4 weeks racing in the country. They'll also take part in the prestigious Junior Tour of Assen that's happening in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. It's a major move for the youngsters in their cycling development, as they are following in the footsteps of the likes of Lutando Kaka. You'll know him because I was speaking to him at about 6:30 this morning. There's also Songezo Jim, who went on to ride in one of the 3 Grand Tours. He went into the Giro d'Italia. Now, I'm in conversation with 2 of the 6 youngsters, Karabelo, Sethunya and Tshegofatso, who are joining me in studio now to talk about this journey that they're about to embark on. Majita, good morning to both of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Karabelo, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Why cycling? You could do so much. In fact, Nalo and I just now off air, I was asking the both of you guys, any of you support Chiefs? You say no. Do you even support football? And, you know, you guys are focused on cycling, and that essentially talks to the passion that you've discovered and that you're now trying to develop and harness and get better at. Karabelo, why cycling?
I can say cycling. I loved cycling because I tried so many sports. I tried soccer. I didn't make it. I tried basketball. I tried so many sports. So where I come from in eNCA, Free State, you'll find most of people, they love playing soccer, and it's easy for everyone to play soccer. So I wanted to be different. So that's when I started to get in cycling. Then I started to see progress in me. I started to see that no, I can do is cycling. I can be one of the more best cyclists in the world, and I'm the first person, if I can say, the first professional person, the first professional cyclist in eNCA. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to do cycling.
Tshegofatso, it's an expensive sport, this. You know, it doesn't come cheap. The bikes themselves, just the bike alone, is ridiculously expensive. And then you need to now tour, because there are not a lot of elite races in South Africa. You then need to tour the world. You are going to Belgium. That doesn't come cheap. You know, I see Rufela, and that's all you got to do. You need to, you know, there's a lot of expenses that go into it. Why did you decide that this is really something that you want to do?
I think I chose cycling because I have a friend that lives in Midrand, Maluleke. She's the one that has been funding my cycling career just before I got into Exinity. So she's the one who supported me. She told me to look for something that I love doing and that I have passion for. And then she told me that whatever decision that I take, she'll support me on it.
How good do you think you are? You're the first professional cyclist to come out of Gwagwa. And it has a lot of its own talent. A lot of footballers come out of Gwagwa. But you would not talk cyclist. And maybe somebody coming out of that part of the Free State will look at you and say, okay, if he can do it, you know, why can't I? Why can't I explore something different? But then you also need to be inspirational. You know, you need to be somebody who they feel, okay, this one is good enough to go to places like Belgium, to go to places like Assen. Are you good enough?
Yes, I can say I'm good enough. I need to trust myself and say I'm good enough to be a cyclist and good enough to be the pro in eNCA.
How do you measure that though, Tshegofatso? How do you measure just how good you are? Because yours is to know what areas you must fix, what areas you must improve. But how do you then, you know, assess in terms of your development and just how good your development is?
To measure how your fitness, I think you have to race. That's where you can measure your fitness and where you lack, where you need to correct your mistakes by racing.
Guys, talk to me about going over to Belgium. You know, there's 6 of you guys that are going to be competing for about a month or so. Belgium is a different environment. You know, Belgium, you've got your likes of Van Aert, who's coming out of Belgium as well. One of the best riders on the tours. It's a good place to be for your development, but it's also going to be a challenging place. Just talk to me about what you're expecting out of Belgium.
As for me, I'm expecting to get to gain some experience, and I am going there to get experience and come back in South Africa and race with a good experience, quality experience, so that I can even share to other youngsters.
There's the Tour de France starting today.
Yeah.
I know you guys know this.
Yes, yes.
There's your likes of Primoz Roglic, you know, there's your Vingegaard, you know, there's your Tadej Pogačar's.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself on that stage? Do you see yourself on a grand tour?
In a few years, yes, I do.
What do you think it's going to take?
Being consistent with my training, dedication, and having the right people around me.
Velokhaya-Exinity, why that team? What are they doing for you to help you further your dream?
Velokhaya team Exinity, they gave me the experience and they give me every equipment that I need so that I can do cycling with passion, with everything. So they provided me with bicycle, they provided me with sunglasses, helmets and everything. So yeah, I think Velokhaya-Exinity is the best team that I can join.
It's beautiful. Majita, I've got one more question very quickly. I just need one name. After 21 stages and 3 weeks of racing and 3,000 kilometers, who's winning the Tour de France? I'll start with you.
I think Tadej Pogačar.
I think probably I'd also go for Tadej Pogačar, but I also say Van Aert.
You're not saying this because you're going to Belgium, right?
No.
Okay, fantastic. Majita, thank you so much. All the best for what you're about to take on. And I hope that one day I speak to you guys as Grand Tour participants, Giro d'Italia, Vuelta a España, Tour de France, whichever it is. But I appreciate you guys coming in, and I appreciate you guys wanting to be different, wanting to be the first out of Qwaqwa, wanting to be the first to do this, that a lot of youth, especially black, do not take part in. So congratulations for taking part in it, and all the best with what it is you're about to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Of course, those are the two cyclists coming out of the Velokhaya-Exinity Road Cycling Team. Their names, of course, are Tshegofatso Khomo as well as Karabelo Sethunya. I've nicknamed him Spamo because I genuinely feel like he's about to shoot as fast as a bullet.